And Tesco is really trying to fight on behalf of consumers to keep the price rises, which must come through eventually, down to a minimum. I mean, we know that consumers are most concerned about this, and almost 40% tell us that that's what worries them most at the moment. And it's inevitable. You can't have a depreciation of nearly 20% of sterling without it having some impact on prices. But most retailers and most manufacturers should be covered forward on their currency exposure, and so it shouldn't really have impacted until next year. I think Tesco is doing, two things. First of all, it's getting great PR, but it's also, I think, really demonstrating that it's got its nerve back. It's the market leader, it's leading the rest of the sector, and it's really inviting the others to follow its lead. And it can't discuss with them, that would be collusion, which is illegal. But I think it's inviting them to say, look, this is too much, we should fight it. Yes, it's very unusual that this should happen. I can't remember it happening before. But Unilever is very high profile. It's so big. I think Tesco is really in a position, it is the most powerful retailer, and it comes down to which is most important. Is it Unilever to Tesco or Tesco to Unilever? And if Tesco, by leading the sector and encouraging others to do the same, it's not just Tesco, it's the food retailers in this country. And that really would, I think, be a real problem for Unilever. I think the spat with Unilever, I think, has got to be resolved quite quickly, probably within days, but who knows? I mean, there may be a lengthy standoff. But it has to be resolved. I mean, Unilever is too important. Its brands are too big in the market to be completely ignored. And so one side or the other, there's got to be a compromise. In terms of price rises, it depends very much on whether the depreciation we've seen in sterling is a one-off or whether it's going to be a downward trend over the next few years.